The United States strongly condemns the illegal disclosure of classified information. So let's be clear. This disclosure is not just an attack on America's foreign policy interests. It is an attack on the international community.
I think the man is a high-tech terrorist. He's done enormous,
Assange.
Yes, he's done enormous damage to our country, and I think he needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And if that becomes a problem, we need to change the law.
He has committed treason. I think that WikiLeaks and its founder, Julian Assange, should be facing criminal charges, and his website, which he uses to aid and abet our terrorist enemies, should also be shut down to defend our national security.
See, he is in my mind, he's a criminal, and he ought to be hunted down and grabbed and put on trial for what he...
Assange is engaged in warfare. Information terrorism, which leads to people getting killed, is terrorism, and Julian Assange is engaged in terrorism. He should be treated as an enemy combatant. WikiLeaks should be closed down permanently and decisively.
That's what I'd like to see, a little drone hit Assange, right?
Oh, you want to get...
Now they're going to get me on Media Matters again.
In other words, you want to get the guy who disseminates the information because you don't want information.
I think he's a bad guy, Colin.
Whether or not he's a bad guy, he did not break the law.
If we lived in Great Britain, 007 would be getting him.
We got special ops forces. I mean, a dead man can't leak stuff. This guy's a traitor, a treasonist, and he has broken every law of the United States. The guy ought to be... And I'm not for the death penalty, so if I'm not for the death penalty, the only one to do it, illegally shoot the son of a... Well,
my name is Dennis Fitzpatrick, a United States citizen. I am deeply disturbed by the actions being taken against Julian Assange of WikiLeaks and the detention and inhumane treatment of Bradley Manning.
In the case of WikiLeaks, I think it's reprehensible that the U.S. government is using proxies like Amazon, Visa, and MasterCard to punish someone who hasn't even been charged with a crime yet.
Secrets and lies make for a poor society, and governments need to be transparent. And that's why I support WikiLeaks.
If a man can be extradited, prosecuted, and potentially thrown in prison simply for publishing truths that a government doesn't approve of its people seeing, well, you know what? In democracy, it's not about what the government approves of. It's about what the people approve of. And I can assure you that people around the world approve of freedom of press, freedom of speech, and the transparency in government.
We have the right to know the truth. You also.
WikiLeaks makes us take a step back and question the government. And if the government wants to silence that, that is undemocratic. As much as U.S. diplomats insist that secrecy is an essential aspect in politics, in organizations, in constitutions, I, along with WikiLeaks supporters, believe that secrecy should never be used to cover up abuses.
WikiLeaks documents have revealed that the U.S. government has been keeping enormously important information secrets from the American people, such as the fact that the U.S. government knew of the mass murder of civilians in Iraq.
36 years ago, in the year where I was born, there was a revolution in Portugal, and we got rid of a fascist dictatorship. I'm thankful I grew up in democracy, but I also grew up knowing that freedom is something you have to stand up for, because you can never take it for granted. And I also grew up knowing that there's no democracy without freedom of speech, and no democracy as such if people don't have the means to make informed choices.
This shows the U.S. government was hiding the truth from its people. I thought, as a U.S. citizen, I was entitled to freedom of information. I thought that I had the right to know the truth. Is the government now taking this away from me?
We urge you to halt your undemocratic prosecution of WikiLeaks, and to instead learn from it by providing the public with the honest and truthful information upon which democracy depends.
Well, they say that you're a traitor, but you're a hero to me. You risked your life liberty so the truth could be free. Good luck, Bradley Manning, you're probably braver than me. The brave men died for their country, but their leaders didn't care. In their twisted lies and war games, these deaths were more than fair. Now there's a site called WikiLeaks that puts these